Hello everyone, welcome back. So, in the last video, we spoke about how to create a resource group and what is basically a resource group and the different types of features involved in creating a resource group. So, in this lab, we'll see what is basically a resource group, what is basically a virtual machine, sorry, and how can we create a Windows virtual machine with we'll try to enable some protocols like the remote desktop protocol and the hypertext transfer protocol and run web series using the Internet Information Service, that is IIS. So uh, So a small intro about virtual machines. What is basically a virtual machine? So we can go and we have already created a resource group and that is called demo. We have named it as demo, and this is network watcher RG that's a default directory, and that's a default feature here present. And now we go to the virtual networks, and the virtual networks uh, we have virtual machines. So a virtual machine is basically a resource that allows us to run applications and maybe manage different types of workloads in a particular environment. It is very flexible and also it's very agile, um, and it gives us the overall control over the operating system. So, um, the virtual machine is basically, uh, a very important component of cloud computing, and we can deploy virtual machines in Azure to run a variety of operating systems. So to run operating systems, you definitely need virtual machines, and it also offers maybe a predefined virtual images, or maybe we can different types of images for us to choose from. So basically, to create virtual machines, once again you have to go to the virtual machine column here, virtual machine option here, click it, so click create, and you have Azure virtual machine. So you have to click Azure virtual machine, and once you click it, and then we see uh, the resource group here. So you have to type the resource group that you have entered, that is demo, and now the virtual machine name, we might call it VM1, and the region is basically the East US time, and we have the so we have two options here. We have the availability zone and the so we have the availability zone and the availability option. So in the availability zone, we have to choose um, the no infrastructure redundancy required. So this actually means that if the machine fails, then it will not serve the user request. And we click that, and then we go here and we keep it as standard. Mm, and then one second. We go to Ubuntu. We have the Windows 2019. So you can type a username, large comma, and the password to it as well. RDP 3380, and then we have to add the HTTP 80 as well. So RDP, uh, 3389 uh, is basically called the remote desktop protocol on Azure, and it is used mainly to access a virtual machine. And the 3389 refers to a particular port, the port that can be assigned, that is actually assigned to the remote desktop protocol. And so by accessing the 3389 port, then we can definitely go and access the RDP protocol as well. And it is the ability to connect with and use a faraway desktop computer from a separate computer. So you can use it remotely. You can use the computer remotely. So that's basically the meaning of RDP. And then the hypertext transfer protocol is basically HTTP, and it's an application layer protocol. And it is used for transmitting media documents, and the interaction between the web browsers and the web servers is taking place in HTTP, and we have assigned the 80 to the member port 80 to it. So yeah, so um, we have taken this, and uh, RDP is basically it allows users to connect and control a computer remotely over a network, and maybe it's used in cloud to access different types of virtual machines. And HTTP is basically the interaction between the web servers and the web browsers in um, in cloud. And then we have typed everything. So now we say review plus create, which is creating a virtual machine. So we say create. So the deployment is taking place, and the deployment is in progress. It's going to take another 2-3 minutes to uh, for the deployment to get finalized, and the VM1 is being set. So once the VM1 is being set, then after that, I think it says deployment succeeded, and it says the deployment is complete. So now we have to go to resource, and then we have the public IP address. So we have to copy the public IP address, and then we go to another tab, and we type the address, and it says no. Now we have to go to RDP. You have to type the address and say connect. And then it will definitely ask our credentials. So you have to write Kiran Raj Kumar and the credential ABC. Right. Okay. And then you have to click yes here. I'm sorry about that. So we have found the configure this local server, add roles and features. So if you go to the server manager now, you have to type add roles. So wait for some time. So once this is done, and then I think we have to go to the server manager, type the add roles and features, and then go next, 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 and then you have the web server IIS. You have to install that. Yeah. once we go to the server manager, we go to the dashboard, and then we type the add roles and features, and then we go to the web server IIS, and then we add the features involved in it, and then we get the installation progress started. um, and then once installation starts on VM1, it 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 gets done, and then we get to see the web page, which is just not seen before because of the web server initialization. So the IIS is basically a web server from Microsoft, and that runs on operating systems Windows, but it has to be requested using HTML pages or file. It will take a while again. So now uh, you can see the window getting, we can see the Windows server getting enabled. This is because we have enabled the IIS server from the remote test protocol, that is RDP, and then to change colors, once again you have to go to the remote test protocol, and then you have to get the server manager, and you have to go to the files section, and then you have to go to this PC, you have to go to the C drive, and then you have to go to program, you have to go to inetpub, and then you have to go to www.root, and then you have the PNG file. So once the PNG file is done, you have to take paint and color random colors everywhere. And then you have to set. So once that is saved, we can try refreshing it, and we see the change in the color. So that's the second activity, that is creating virtual machines.